Hello, dear viewers. Namaskar. Welcome to Moksha Media. You are with Moksha Hiremat. The state of Karnataka faced so many upheavals. By facing those upheavals courageously, it shaped its own culture and civilization. It has so many records. One of the memorable records forever and ever is Sharana movement, which took place in the 12th century of Common Era. Under the leadership of Basavana, so many devotees of Shiva gathered together and fought for social justice. For the first time, so many downtrodden people came together and voiced for their voiceless activities. Of course, they were innumerable. They stood for social justice, equality of gender, liberty, and fraternity. Of course, those persons were literate in their minds and hearts. They did what they said what they did. In the name of Shiva, they did their activities to change the society. Of course, changing society is not that much of easy as we think. It has its own process. Those devotees of Shiva, that is Sharanas, went in search of that process and found out that process and went on that way, followed that way. Innumerable Sharanas were participated in that Sharana movement, that is Sharana Chalavali in Kannada. They fought against the exploitation of the state under the king of Kalyana, that is Bijjala. Of course, there were so many dynasties ruled Kalyana, but the reign of Bijjala was a different one. In the beginning, he was with the people, but as the time went on and on, he became against the people. He suppressed Sharana movement, even though Sharanas fought non-violently. Of course, Sharana movement was a non-violent one. It was for freedom of speech, it was for freedom of justifiable action, it was for equality, fraternity, and etc. But establishment under Bijjala did not tolerate it. It attacked them very ferociously and killed them as they liked. Especially the persons in power and ring of those persons in power made so many atrocities on Sharanas. Sharanas did not afraid of it. He faced them very courageously and carved their own niche in the history of Karnataka and in the history of mankind. Anubhav Mantapa, the miniature of parliament at that time, was born and bred at that time. Allama Prabhu was the head of Anubhav Mantapa. After Allama Prabhu, Channabasavana took the reign of that Anubhava Mantapa. Channabasavana was the guide, friend and philosopher of Basava. He did it standing in the background of the movement. Whatever vachanas we have today, because of Channabasavana. Those persons who participated in the movement did not know how to write alphabets, but their mind was cultured, their art was cultured, they were cultured in so many ways. Those cultural ways made them literate. They had their emotions, they had their thoughts, they had their own plans. They expressed them in the language of common people. Whatever they expressed in the language of common people became the vachanas. That is the saying the things already said, or to promise. It gives so many meanings. And Medaara Ketayya was one of them. Medaara Ketayya was born and bred in the common era of 1160. Of course, he was a basket weaver by profession. His wife was Satova. He was attracted to the Sharana movement and participated in that movement, and he contributed his own vachanas to the Sharana movement. Medaara Ketayya was belonged to Ulli near Beluru. But of course, there are so many confusions regarding the locations, places, and their stayings, etc., etc. It is common to most of the Sharanas. It is common to most of the devotees of Shiva. Medaara Ketayya is not an exception to this. Many researches should be done regarding the persons participated in Sharana movement. Some of the research have been done, but they are not enough because so many Sharanas sacrificed their lives for the sake of the social justice. And Medaara Ketayya was one of them. His 11 vachanas are traceable. His signature is Gavareshwara. Of course, Medaara Ketayya wove the basket and earned his livelihood and fed his family and others. He was devoted to Guru, Linga, and Jangama. Of course, Jangama is a different concept in those days. Linga is the center, and Guru and Jangama have their own actions, have their own places in the society, have their own different duties and actions. But nowadays it is different. Anyhow, Medaara Ketayya believed in those concepts. First and foremost, he was a devotee of Shiva. He believed in the concept of Linga, Guru, and Jangama, and he expressed his thoughts in his vachanas. Those vachanas are very simple. They are in the common language of common people. Even common people can understand those vachanas very easily because he composed vachanas to enhance the realization of common people, to lift the level of realization of the common people. That is why he used common language. He expressed his emotions, thoughts, and feelings in that common language. Anyone who reads those vachanas can understand them very easily. Here I have two of his vachanas. I would like to read them to you. You can listen properly. You listen properly and you can understand in your own way, and you can understand, you can realize them in a proper way. Those vachanas are like this. Happiness or sadness, it is all the same for the devotees. Happiness or sadness, it is all the same for the devotees. Riches or trying times, it is all the same for the devotees. If a devotee cannot say this, he will come to harm. Swearing by the Jangama, if he grows his muscles to humiliate others before him, that very day he is out of divine grace, O Gavareshwara. The vachana is very simple. It tells us richness and poverty. It tells us happiness and sadness. It tells us mental power and muscle power. It tells us something about devotees' mentality. So, for devotee, happiness and sadness are same. He is just like a stoic. He takes them as they are. He does not feel sad when there is happiness. He does not feel happiness when there is sad, because happiness and sadness are same to him. He is a kind of sthita prajna. that is happiness and sadness, don't affect his mind. It don't affect his heart because he takes them as they come to him. Of course, richness and poverty are same to him. It does not make that much of difference between richness and poverty. He faces them as it comes, as they come. So devotee should say this. If it does not say this automatically, it means he does some harm to the society or someone. Of course, he swears by the Jangama. He simply swears by the Jangama in order to grow his muscle power. That is not good. When he gives importance to muscle power, which carries them towards unhealthiness, towards injustice, towards indignity, etc., etc. And then that time itself, of course, he doesn't become a devotee. That is, the grace will leave him and he becomes someone but not a devotee of Shiva, but not Sharan. So, he should feel properly, he should react properly, he should maintain the balance between mind and heart, and he should apply his realization to the society, and he should not suppress the liberty of others, and he should not be suppressed by others also. So, like this, he said in the name of Gavareshwara. Another vachana goes like this. Can there be profit without principle? Can there be testing without learning? Can there be linga without guru? All this double dealing language, I am mortified, O Gavareshwara. Wherever is a profit, there is principal amount. Wherever is a principal amount, there is a profit. That is, when we talk of money, you cannot talk of it without the profit, because profit is the motive. When you talk of profit, of course, interest follows it. A different type of interest follows it. And if you are tested, you should be learned. If anyone tests you, you should learn, or if you want to test someone, you have to learn before testing them. That is, testing and learning go hand in hand. Both of them are very important. That is, what we say, we should do. What we do, we should say. That is what this testing and learning refers. And you cannot imagine linga without a guru. Whenever you get a diksha, that guru should give it to you. At the time of diksha, that linga is given to you. That linga should carry you towards the right path. And that is the gift of guru. You cannot forget the guru who has given you linga. You cannot forget the linga who is the symbol of justice and which is the image of Shiva. Because going to the Joining the feet of Shiva and becoming Shiva itself is a kind of concept. And those devotees like it, love it, and they should have the feet of Shiva, and ultimately they want to become Shiva themselves. That is what we see in sixth pages, that is Bhaktasthala, Maheshwarasthala, Prasadisthala, Pranalingasthala, Maheshwara Sharanasthala, and Shatasthala. These are the stages man should go, man should climb one by one. One sthala leads to another sthala, and at last he attains Shatasthala. So that is the aim of these devotees of Shiva. And of course, Medaara Ketayya was not an exception to this. But if you use a double language, then automatically you would become a victim. You would be mortified. You would not be mortified, you would be mortified. That is, one should not use double language. One should not use the language which gives us double meaning. Because double meaning carries no way. It doesn't make man a real man in the strict sense. That is why one should not give importance to the double meaning. If a double meaning is used, then you are mortified. You go away far and far from immortified. Immortification is very important for Sharanaj, for the man, to become a real man in the strict sense, that immortification is very important. But when you use a double language, giving double meanings, vulgar meanings, automatically you would be mortified. So that is what Gaureshwara told. So at the end of each vachana, he used Gaureshwara. Gaureshwara is his pen name. Gaureshwara is his signature. Medaara Ketayya is not an exception to the use of signature, because every vachanakaras used signature at the end of each vachana or somewhere in the vachana. That is the speciality of vachanas in the Kannada language and literature. Of course, this type of vachanas, I think, are not found in other languages. They may have given different contributions to the language, but the vachana is a specific one in the Kannada language and literature. That is what we see in the vachanas of Medaara Ketayya, that is a basket weaver. Your profession is for livelihood, but one should go beyond that profession. One should not feel some profession is lower, some profession is lowest, and other profession is the highest. That is a foolishness. That is an idiot talk. Sharanas go beyond that talk, and they maintain the balance of that profession. Profession is important for life, but not for the inferiority and superiority complex. That is what we can see in the vachanas. So, dear friends, subscribe and share, and see you in the next episode. Namaskar.